Hi, everyone. I'm Peter Tanella, chair of the National Veterinary Law Group here at Mandelbaum Barrett. I am joined today by Adnan Cosar, the owner of several practices in Connecticut. Adnan, thank you for joining me on today's Vet Check.
Hi, thank you, Peter, for including me in your wonderful program.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm in North Haven, Connecticut, and I have 4 general practices in Connecticut. And I have been in veterinary medicine environment in Connecticut since early 90s, and in this North Haven area since 2005.
So
And
math is not my best subject, Adnan, but you're almost 30 years in vet med. If I hear you correctly, 30 years.
Yes.
Why vet med? Why your story fascinates me because you're not a veterinarian. You've never been a veterinarian. You're not a veterinarian, but you've been in the industry for over 30 years. You own several practices. Why vet med? How did that story start?
I mean, I was in the veterinary medicine field when I was in Turkey. I studied medicine in Turkey, and then I came to this country in 87, end of 87.
Mm-hmm.
My goal was to go into one of the branches of the veterinary medicine to do further studying. But then during my time I was learning English, then I developed more interest on the business. So I switched and I went to do my MBA. So I finished my MBA in 91, and then since then I went back into the animal hospital field, and I've been doing management, and then later I bought my own practices. Yes.
So when did you buy your first? When did you buy your first practice, Adnan?
I bought it in 2005.
Okay, and you have how many currently today?
I have 4.
4. Okay. How does it work with you now? So being in a state in Connecticut, interesting, as you and I've talked about previously, every state has different rules and regulations. Connecticut is a state where you do not need to be a licensed veterinarian to own a practice. Yeah. So what does your day-to-day look like as an owner?
Well, my day-to-day is I spend, one of the practices is a lot bigger than the others. I spend most of my day in Richland Animal Hospital in North Haven location. And throughout the day, sometimes I go into the other location, or certain days I go certain practices. And basically, part of the day I see and I talk to the clients up front, parts in terms of listen, and then day-to-day business management issues that comes up, and financing, marketing, management. So those are the things that I spend most of my days in terms of dealing with those.
And what would you consider, keys to your success over this period of time? I know one of the biggest issues we talk about with our clients on a day-to-day basis is the people problem. And it's not a people problem just specifically to vet med. It is all over in every industry, but because we spend all our time here in vet med, it is a reoccurring issue. Some of our clients have figured out a way to navigate that path. How do you handle those types of issues?
Well, I think the people problem are people problem. It's always not only in this field, in every field. And people are the most unpredictable. So important thing is to be honest and to be upfront and let them know what your expectations and what you can provide to them. And also in return, what they need to do. Mm-hmm. And one of the important thing is that, and I just want to make sure that our employees take care of our patients. That's their primary job. And my job is to take care of them. So we work in that framework, and I try to also make the work fun. And it's not everything has to be very, very serious, and they have to only behave certain way. And I like people to express themselves, and I don't have one color's dress code. They can express, they can wear different color, they can laugh, they can enjoy, but at the end, they have to take care of the patients. That's the primary role.
Right.
And so we separate work is work. When we have work, then they have to do and take care of those. And if we don't have work, then they can have fun. So that's the type of environment that I try to create, at least for our employees here.
And I love what you're saying. A lot of that, when I hear what you're saying, I think of culture. In this industry in particular, culture is so important. And our clients not only talk the talk, but they walk the walk. Everybody across the board, it is important. And you're explaining exactly why. You don't have some regimented uniform you need to wear or a set of rules. You let them express themselves within their practices.
Yeah. Well, I think that's important. I mean, at the end, our patients are in the back and they need the care. They don't see, they can express themselves. For them to say, look, you have to wear this, you have to look this way, you have to perform this. But the purpose and everything for them to be here is to take care of those patients. And once that's done, and you don't have to focus as much, whether it's a client or other thing, all the other things fall in its category, because if we cannot fix the patient and if they are not feeling comfortable, we can do everything for our clients as a person clients, but then it won't fix the problem. So the bottom line is we have the patients, they need to be taken care of to the fullest. From the front, they promise our client that this is what we will do, whether it's our doctors, whether it's our receptionists, and then our technicians in the back fulfill those requirements. So the work is all breakdown, but we all work in the same purpose, right? And that's all goes down to the patients.
Somebody who owns 4 practices, you think you'd have your hands full, and that's enough. But obviously, you've been very successful, and you're, knowing you're looking to pivot in a different direction. Can you tell us a little bit about your new venture, Sustainable Vet Partners, how that idea came up? What is the idea, and what are you looking to do with that?
Well, after COVID or during COVID, the structure of our field starts changing. I mean, until COVID, last 15, 20 years, the corporate start moving into our field. And last maybe decade or 5 years, it really accelerated. And they were paying multiples higher than normals for veterinary practices. And I think our field kind of got comfortable with it, saying, look, I can get it in certain level, get these numbers, get that numbers, and then I just have to sell it and move into the retirement. I think that was the idea in many veterinarians towards the end of their careers. But the COVID and what happened during that, and then also the shortage in our field in terms of the veterinarians and as well as the technicians and the receptionists, kind of changed that structure a little bit. And corporate environment moved away from 1 or 2 doctor practices. It's not easy to manage anymore because there is not enough associates. And lately, there is not even technicians or receptionists. And I start seeing in this area that some of these 1 or 2 doctor practices start closing. And literally, they couldn't find anybody to sell, and they couldn't continue themselves, and they just basically closed the doors. And also, the way that the field is going, the younger associates did not have or doesn't still have enough chance to buy or get into the ownership positions easily because of the student loans and educations and what it may take in terms of to run it. And I just wanted to see if I can be a catalyst or on the middle to provide that type of a match to get the younger associate to be eligible to buy and be a partner on these 1 or 2 doctor places. And I will provide management expertise and everything to be working with them. And so that we can keep these 1 or 2 doctor places open, because they are the community hospitals. They've been in those communities for generations. Them being closed or being combined, and only hospitals are being left is the larger and bigger hospitals. And the cost and everything is going to get out of hand. And the other purpose was that I'm hoping to create or trying to create an arm that our veterinary technicians to become recognize in some level that they are authorized to do certain things. We don't have a national program. I mean, there are nurses in the human field. There are dental hygienists in the dental field. There are paralegals in legal fields. They are authorized and trained to do certain things. In our field, there is no such a thing. You depend upon where you are. You can take someone from the street, train it for 6 months, and they can become an addressed as a technicians. So we go through this shortage all the time, qualified technicians, because some of them look at it as a transient positions. They are between jobs, or they want to do it. They love animals, but then they find out it's not sustainable. They can't run a family with that. So, and also wanted to create that we can establish clinics that run by the young associates. We can help the older associates rather than closing and sell these places to, and also cultivate an environment that we can educate and help and train the technicians, and hopefully also get this in a national attention that maybe we can create some type of a legitimacy for them so that they can authorize and to do certain things in this field. So that was the framework for this project that I wanted to start.
And it's just great. And I know personally, I'm looking forward to working with you alongside you on this project. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck on it. Let me ask you something completely unrelated.
Yes.
Running the practices all day long, now looking to focus on this new project. What does Adnan do when he's not working? What do you do for fun?
I enjoy playing tennis, and sometime before I come to work, 3-4 times a day, a week I play tennis, and then get together with friends and have some drinks and cigar maybe. So that's how.
So Adnan has a good work-life balance too. That's important, obviously. I know.
It is, but that's the thing, in early on. Sometimes that's not easy to establish, and unfortunately work takes most of the time and trying to establish and everything. But after you get it to a certain level, then you have to be able to start taking care of yourself. Otherwise it just doesn't become fun or sustainable.
Right. Agreed. Adnan, thank you for joining me today on today's Vet Check. Look forward to working with you, and it's great seeing you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for including me.